Hi folks, welcome back to our Faith in Practice video series where we're working on growing in our spiritual practices. In the previous session, Larry talked to us about prayers of adoration, ways that we can recognize and respond to the greatness and the goodness of God. And today I want to draw our attention to one specific key that the Bible gives us for how we can do just that. Because we often struggle trying to find where is God and what is He doing in the trouble or situation that we're going through. Well, that's not a new problem for our time. That was the case for people in the Bible time as well. And the Bible gives them and us this prescription. And it's just this: remember. So here's our practice. Draw on the past in order to praise God in the present. Let me show you what I mean. Look with me in Psalm 105. Now, Psalm 105, it's quite a lengthy psalm. So I encourage you to read it in its entirety. But for right now, we're going to look just in verse 5. And here's what verse 5 says. It says, remember the wonders He has done, His miracles, and the judgments He's pronounced. The psalmist instructs his listeners, and he instructs you and me to remember the works of God, the mighty things God's done, how He's intervened in history, and the acts that He has done. And here's a significant piece for us. He's not just saying, remember what God's done for you in your lifetime. Instead, He takes His listeners, He takes us back to times well before our own lifetimes. He goes back into redemption history and uses that as the foundation for praise in the present. Often we have trouble with this. We feel like the Bible stories are pretty disconnected from our own time and place because they happened so long ago. But here's the thing. Many of these famous Bible stories, they had happened a long time earlier, even for people in the Bible. The ones that the psalmist is writing to, they could have been more than 1,000 years removed from some of the events and the stories he was telling them to remember. But nonetheless, the psalmist pulls them, he pulls us backwards, reminding us that these are our stories because they're the acts of our faithful God. In Psalm 105, you'll see, take a look, you'll see what I mean. He takes them back to Abraham. He takes them back to the Exodus. He reminds them of God's covenant love and faithfulness, and He uses that as the foundation for their present praise and prayer. So here's how we put it into practice. Don't let just the present situation occupy your vision. Don't get so focused on where we are right now and the things that you and I are trying to do that we lose sight of the full panorama of God's wonderful faithfulness, both in the recent past and in the distant past. Instead, take time to look backwards. Look back and see, not just in your own backyard, but a long way back to the faithfulness of God. And what the Bible is for us, it's like a set of binoculars. It allows us to take what's far away and bring it close to see, so that we can bridge the distance between what God did then and where we are today. Here's the practice. Let the presence of God in the past become part of your praise in the present. That's how the psalmist finishes Psalm 105. In the last verse of this psalm, here's what he says. Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. He's seen and taken hold of this reality, that God's faithfulness of the past will not just come till today, but it will extend forever and ever. Let this be the foundation of your praise even today. God bless you.